Hi there, this is Joe from SquareXO and this is episode 38. I'm joined by Rebecca.
Hello.
And Nicole.
Hey.
And there's no Dan yet, but he might join later, he might not, I'm not sure yet. But if not, we'll carry on. Okay, before we start, don't forget to follow us on twitter.com/square_XO. Visit our website at squarexo.co.uk. We're on YouTube at youtube.com/JohansonWater. We're on patreon.com/squarexo. And we're also on twitch.tv/squarexo. Don't forget, we're also on iTunes and we're on Podbean, and you can download the podcast as well. It'd be lovely if you could leave us a nice review on iTunes. The more stars, the better, obviously. Right. Jeez, I've done that very well. I'm getting good at that now.
Yeah.
Right, excuse me if I scream. Just as this is just a warning right now. As we're recording this, Scotland are playing on the TV, and I'm watching them. So if I scream out loud at any point because we score or because we lose a goal or anything, just be warned. If there's a scream, it's me screaming at football, right? But I just have to watch it because they just build up your hope, and they always do it. Build your hope up and then crush your dreams. So they've got 14 minutes to score 2 goals, or they're going to crush my dreams yet again. Okay, there we go. Just thought I'd warn you. Right, anyway. Okay, let's do some gaming news. I've got a wee bit. Nothing special, really. The PlayStation VR is being updated. There's a new model coming soon that will allow HDR pass-through. So basically, at the moment, if you have a PSVR, you may or may not know that if it's plugged in, you can't get HDR signal on your PS4. So if you want HDR on your PS4, you basically need to unplug it. So this new one means you don't have to unplug it. There's a new box coming with it as well. Now you have this breakout box with the PlayStation VR, and I just missed. Sorry.
Are you talking about the football?
Yeah, there's this breakout
distractions.
box, but the new VR doesn't work with it. So basically, the old VR doesn't work with the new breakout box. That's what I'm trying to say. So basically, if you've got old VR, you're sticking with what you've got. So yeah, but it's nothing major. I think there's a few other cosmetic changes got to the volume button and stuff like that, but I think basically
I don't think everyone's going to go rush into it anytime soon.
It's a minor upgrade. So basically, if you are intending to buy a PSVR, then just wait for the new one, because you're probably best, because then you don't need to keep unplugging it if you want HDR. Yeah, so that's that. I did have a wee link explaining more about it, but I think I explained most of it alright. So, yeah. The new PS4 firmware's out. Don't know if anyone's seen it. I've had it for ages, so it almost feels like it's not new.
Don't hurt me, but I haven't been on my PlayStation in a while, so I have no idea.
Don't worry, I've not either. And I have no internet, so I couldn't update it even if I wanted to.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, I wasn't too impressed with firmware 5.0. It's nothing special, really.
Is there anything new, or?
Yeah, there is, but to be honest, I can't even think what it is. It's
not
all to do with like streaming and stuff. I think PS4 Pro, you maybe get 60 frames per second or something when you stream, and there's some family settings and stuff like that. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything really major that sticks out. I mean, I've been using it for ages, and I've barely really noticed difference. I don't know. Maybe there's things that people will like, but to me it's not really anything I'm that fussed about, so I'm quite not that bothered about talking about it further, really. The new Batman episode 2 is out. I've completed that, so can talk. Is it episode 2? Yeah, it's Enemy of Finn. I completed it already though, so we can talk about that in a wee bit. And there's new and exciting games coming to Sony's PlayStation conference. So that's good, isn't it? That's on October 30, I think, Sony's new PlayStation conference. The one for Paris Game Show.
Oh.
So yes, that'll be good. That'll give us something to talk about.
Yeah.
new exciting games for PS4 and PSVR, I believe. So yeah, even better. Good getting some new PSVR games, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Geez, we're flying through this news. There's a new SingStar coming. Now, I've been rabbiting on about that shoe game.
Yeah.
Like
Zip
forever,
it.
how good it is. Well, this new SingStar is basically the same, works the same way, where you use your mobile phones. So everybody who's got a mobile phone can basically use their phone as a mic, and then you can just sing along.
You like SingStar, don't you, Joe?
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah, I love that. So I'm hoping that they'll let you use your songs that you already own, because I own hundreds of them, to be honest. So I'm hoping that somehow your catalogue that you've already got will work. But yeah, we'll see.
That'd be a nice feature.
Yeah, we'll see. The Witcher 3 has got its PS4 Pro update. So that's pretty cool.
I wonder if they've sorted the problems with the glitches in The Witcher 3 with the update.
Yeah.
You know, with the horse. There's
Yeah.
loads with horses. Because
Yeah,
that
that's
was
how
my main thing with The Witcher 3, was that it was a great game, but there was so many glitches, and I always wondered that if they, were to redo it for PS Pro, I wondered if they'd straighten out that, or if they would just focus on graphics alone.
Well, it was quite significant, wasn't it? Because do you remember that review you did that I guessed?
Yeah.
That it was really like kind of unstable.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's like, it'd be really nice if they did kind of, iron the creases and stuff.
Well, hopefully. If not,
Yeah.
if they've not done it, it's something that the community wants, and they'd listen to the community and they'd actually iron it
don't-
out, like you said.
I don't think glitches or not, it's not really diminished its fan base. It's still like one of the biggest games, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great game. It deserves to be a big game.
Yeah,
I've
it's
not
good.
played it in a while, to be honest.
You should play it. It's the problem with The Witcher, I think, is that it's very taxing. You really do need to set aside, 100 to 200 hours to just like dedicate to it, because if you play that and another game and you get pulled into the other game, when you go back to The Witcher, you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, it's not a
controls
game
are
you can-
different.
You
Yeah, I
can't
think
space in and out.
Yeah, I think I sort of had it as my main game for probably like 4 or 5 months, and I would just like chip little bits into it, maybe like an hour, 2 hours a night, and get through it that way. Because I remember even playing it like that, there was times I was like, God, it's going on for a long time, and I'm getting a bit, not fed up, but when am I going to get to the end? So I don't think I could have played it alongside other games.
I think I'm quite close to the end.
Do you? You probably are. You've been playing it for a few years, haven't you?
Yeah, it's mad. So I don't know. I don't know why I never get around to finishing it, but that's the problem I have. You see, when I don't know, I guess I'm not a games journalist anymore, but when I was a games journalist, it's just I could sometimes be reviewing like 20 games a month easy.
Yeah.
And it's like, so obviously you're off at one and then you're off at another, and you never ever get round to sort of finishing the games you want to play, because you're always having to do the ones that you need to do for work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, so that was a bit annoying, really. So that's how I end up with a big back catalogue of games that I never ever get round to finishing. But that's always annoying. Don't know. Maybe I'll get back to that one day doing games. I don't know, right? But at the moment, I kind of just feel a bit. I don't know. I feel a bit down on it.
Aw.
I guess when you've just been doing it for years, and I mean, how long did I do it for? 10, 12 years?
Yeah.
So I guess it's a bit like,
It's
when you
taking
have a
its
wee
toll on you,
break
Joe.
from it, when you have a wee break from it, sometimes it's actually quite nice to be able just to play games and not actually have to put a critical eye on them. You can just kind of think, wow, I'm enjoying this. I'm not having to think about it too much, do you know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
is quite a nice feeling sometimes, I think. Okay, more news. GT Sport. Oh look, I wrote the same bit of news down twice. That's funny. GT Sport demo's out. I guess none of yous have played it, but I don't know.
No, I
Anyone
haven't.
tried it? Nah, I've not.
Well, I
tried
played the VR bit at EGX, but I haven't purchased it.
Yeah, that made you feel sick though.
Yeah, it was horrible. I didn't like it.
Quite interesting GT Sport, because obviously Forza 7's getting a lot of stick at the moment because it's microtransactions and all that malarkey.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
dear.
quite interesting to see if it's any good, if it sells well, stuff like that. But I'm not fussed about racing games. None of them. I like the sort of arcadey racing games. So we're talking, what are we talking? Like Forza Horizon, Project Gotham, Need for Speed, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I prefer the. I used to love like the older Need for Speeds, like Most Wanted and Underground 2 on PS2, where they're all kind of focused on the aesthetic kind of car customization and different race types and stuff. I prefer that kind of, I can't even explain, like that kind of style of gameplay, like that content is what I look for in a racing game, and nothing really kind of fulfills that for me at the moment.
Yeah, I just like a sort of arcade style. I just think that's more exciting. The simulation stuff isn't really for me at all, I don't think.
I think the problem is so you guys are talking about what kind of racing games you like. My favorite racing game is Mario Kart, so that kind of tells you how I feel about racing games. But when I was playing, when I was playing F1 2017, I never really ever got hooked on it to a point where I was like, oh, I want to be the champion. Oh, I never got hooked onto it to a point where I wanted to be the champion. I was just like, it's a bit, tedious. It's very repetitive. And unless you are really into the sport of F1 or racing, I don't think they really appeal to a lot of people. You know what I mean? You have to be, it's like with football, isn't it? Football games like FIFA and PES, you have to be.
They're not enjoyable if you don't have a clue.
Yeah, you've got to have some sort of background knowledge with what you're going for, I think, with those sorts of games.
Yeah, but I don't know, there's just something exciting about, oh, this is getting exciting now, 3 minutes to go and it's too
football.
Just need one more goal. Come on, boys. Oh, it's so close. Sorry, this has turned into a football podcast rather than a game plus. I can't help it. There's only 3 minutes to go and then you'll not need to suffer this anymore.
Okay.
No, I just really like the arcade style. I love Need for Speed. I like Project Gotham. I like Forza Horizon. Drive Club I quite liked, but even that's more sort of simulation-y, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know what else really. I can't really think of the others, but they're my main ones. But yeah, it would be nice maybe to see a new, because Project Gotham's gone now, so really all you're left with is Need for Speed and Forza Horizon, I guess, in terms of arcade races. There's no new Burnout anymore, unfortunately, is there? I mean, we're not going to get a new Burnout, and Burnout Paradise was just a stunning game. I mean,
it was really good.
Oh, it's just amazing. I played that forever, so I did, just constantly. It was really good. Okay, yeah, so that's that. We've got a couple of charts. So the gaming charts for last week: FIFA was top, Destiny 2, Forza Horizon, NBA 2K18, and GTA 5. I'm not surprised FIFA was top. I mean, that's quite that's unsurprising.
No, well, it was. I mean, it was massive, wasn't it? Like the release.
It's actually a really good game. It's really good. I'm loving it.
Yeah, everyone on my friends list are just playing that, and I'm just
playing it
okay.
Constantly. So I have constantly. As well as quite a lot of things which we'll get around to talking about. Also the digital PS4 charts: FIFA 18, Destiny 2, Star Wars Battlefront, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and GTA 5 again. So it's almost identical to the physical charts, other than obviously Forza's in there, but if you take Forza and NBA away and replace it with Battlefront and Rainbow Six, then it's identical. Just a couple.
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine much variation. I mean, the charts are mostly based on the biggest hits, aren't they, and the best sellers, so it makes sense that they're
It's no
pretty much the
surprise
same.
to see FIFA absolutely on top,
No way,
really.
yeah.
Okay, and that's about it for gaming news. Yeah, so there we go. Okay, right, football update. It's 2 each. We're in the 90th minute. I don't know how long is being added. I've no fingernails left.
You bend them all down.
Yeah, although I'd done that ages ago, but somehow I still managed to bite even more away.
It's very tense.
Yeah, that's it for 4 minutes added. Come on. Okay, right. What was I talking about? Gaming news, but the gaming news is done now. That's it. It's all over. So charts is done. Gaming news is done. We can talk about. I didn't have a topic for this week because I just couldn't think of one. And then I did.
You got one.
Think of one.
I'm wondering if it's the same one I was gonna say.
Right, you tell me what you were going to say because I did think about something.
I've heard quite a lot of people talking about microtransactions with Shadow of War. I wondered if you wanted to talk about that a little bit. Has he gone?
No, I'm still here.
Oh,
yeah. I'm just awaiting dream mode.
Yeah, what did you want to talk about?
I think it was more a sort of user question. My topic really is more to do with sort of PlayStation consoles past and present and stuff. So there is a user question roughly along the same lines. So I'll just leave that to then, and we'll. No, it's a good idea to talk about microtransactions actually. Sorry if I'm not with it, by the way, listener.
No, it's okay. You can tell.
2 more minutes, and we'll be alright.
And then we'll have your full attention.
It's just, I don't know, to do these things. No, microtransactions is interesting actually because there's obviously a lot of talk about Forza at the moment, which is kind of going wrong, isn't it? They changed I mean, I don't know 100% because I've not played Forza, so I really don't know the circumstances surrounding all this bother about it, if you know what I mean. I know it's something to do with they've changed the VIP or something. You get this VIP pass or something and they've changed it so it's not as good. But I don't know if there's actual microtransactions in the game or not, so it's maybe not a subject for us to talk about that particular game just because we don't really know what the fuss is about.
Yeah.
But
I think it's Shadow of War that's got people really upset.
What are the microtransactions involved? Like
the microtransactions are tied to the Nemesis system, so like loot boxes and stuff you have to buy with your own money, and I'm not sure if it's something like you have to buy these loot boxes to progress in the game. And lots of people I've seen have been like, well, I'm not buying the game then. Like that's completely put me off the game. But yeah. I just know that it's made a lot of people a bit upset. I mean, microtransactions annoy me. I think it's irritating.
Massively.
You know, if you buy a game, then you should be able to access 100% of that game's content, I think.
Because that's what you put your money into. You buy a game, you should be entitled to all of that.
Yeah.
I've realised earlier as well, apparently there's microtransactions on Minecraft, like different ones now for like more stuff. Like it's getting worse and it drives me nuts.
With Shadow of War, do you actually need to buy these? So I mean, can you somehow win without it, if you know what I mean?
I'm just going to have a little read about it. I know that it's based around the loot and army building features. You can crack open chests instantly. Okay, to see. Apparently the chests offer more items at a higher guaranteed rarity. So I think if you're buying a rare chest, then you're going to get a weapon or something that will help you in the game. So I think it's like a standard. You know, I think you probably will be able to go through the game without it. I mean, I think it would be awful if you buy a £40+ game and you need to pay even more money to complete the game. I think it's just, you know, if you buy microtransactions within the game, then you're going to get better items and they're going to help you out in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, when I think of FIFA and you've got the Ultimate Team. It's called, isn't it? And you can buy the cards so that you can get better players for Ultimate Team, and you don't need them though. Do you know what I mean?
I think they've just done it to. I think they've just sort of done it as in a if people don't want to do all the exploration that gives you the same items, they can spend, this much money on a box that will do it, for nothing, apart from currency, obviously. I just, it really annoys me when I buy a game or I think about buying a game and I see that, microtransactions are a large part of it and your experience will be tainted if you don't take part in microtransactions. It really gets under my skin. Because especially if you have put, £40+ down for the game, you shouldn't have to pay even more to fully enjoy the content.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind when it's like aesthetic things. Like, for example, with Overwatch, you pay to get loot boxes and stuff, which you get by leveling up anyway. But it's all just skins and stuff.
Exactly.
And it doesn't affect the gameplay itself. And I think when it gets into that, and it's like you said, it kind of gives you access to things that you'd necessarily have to go out of your way to do more for. It just kind of ruins the whole thing. It's just, it bugs me. It does bug me.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing. With FIFA, for instance, in Ultimate Team, I'm always quite tempted to buy a pack in the hope that I'll get a better player for my team. But the good thing about it, what they seem to have done this year, which I quite like, is there's a lot more ways to get packs for free, and there's a lot more ways to earn money so that you can open packs and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's quite good. You don't necessarily feel the need to buy them, which is quite good. Oh, speaking of football update, Scotland drew 2 each. It's all over. We never won, so we're out of the World Cup. Glorious failure as always. I'm gutted now. They gave it their all, but they failed as usual. Oh well. We still don't need to worry about that anymore.
Okay, we've got your full attention now.
Yes. Okay, yeah, so there you go. That's what I think. I like Ultimate Team. I like the option to buy packs. Sometimes I think to myself, oh yeah, because it's a bit like those Panini cards you used to get, where you could buy the cards and rip them open and hope that you got a shiny card in the middle.
Yes.
You would get this badge. You could get the club badge and it was all shiny, so when you open them up you're going, oh, if I get a shiny one. And it was quite exciting. And it's a bit like that Ultimate Team. You're just going, oh, because it sort of does this big fanfare when the pack opens, and it's like, is it going to be a really good player or is it not? Generally it's not, but it's still. Although saying that, my son seems to be getting all these really good players in his packs, pure really high rated players. It's like, jeez. It's a shame he can't gift them to me.
Yeah.
They take away that option. But yeah, I think microtransactions, I mean, it's just whether we like it or not, they've kind of got their place now. And people can whine about it all they want, really, but that's just the way it is. Because developers,
I think it's because people will buy them. Developers know that there are people out there who will happily pay extra money for, better weapons or, loot boxes. People will do it, so they know that they can happily put it in a video game. And yeah, people will be upset about it, but there are a section of people out there who will be like, "Oh, that doesn't bother me. I'll just spend extra money on it."
I mean, I think there's people who buy those Ultimate Team cards and they spend thousands on them.
Yeah, I bet they do.
So I mean,
you
can't blame the developer. I mean, if it didn't work and people didn't buy them, then they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't have them. So if anyone's to blame for this sort of thing, it's people. It's gamers. Yeah. It's gamers are to blame. If you don't want them, everybody has to stop buying them. If everybody stops buying them, they'll stop. And
isn't that what Dan usually says? He usually says, like, we should go on strike and stop. Just all bow out of buying anything,
simple,
and then have no choice.
It's quite simple. It's a
Game
bit like
strike.
It's a bit like, if everyone stops buying them, then they'll not make any money for it. They'll go, what's the point of doing this? And they won't do it. It's simple, isn't it? So if you don't like it, everybody needs to stop buying them. But I like having the option. I don't necessarily want to pay extra money for a game, but I understand that if the option's there and I want to do it, then it's my choice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
I suppose it's just
necessarily
it's
like
this
doing
feeling that it's becoming less of an option though. Like where it doesn't feel like an option as such when like it affects the game. That's the only trouble, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it should never ever affect the game. I mean, that's 100% for sure. That's just wrong. If you buy a game and you have to buy these things in order to complete a game, then that's wrong. That's just completely out of order. And any games got that should just be, no one should buy them. Boycott them right now. That's what I'm saying. Because it's wrong. It's completely wrong, and it shouldn't really be allowed. Because if you're buying a game, you should be buying the game, and it should be complete. You should be able to complete it if you want to complete it without having to pay any extra money. Unless it stipulates on the box that you will need to buy microtransactions to complete this game, then it shouldn't really be for sale, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh dear. I was just reading there about Cajun, is that how you say it? Cajun sauce at McDonald's.
Oh God.
There's some big uproar. I know this is not gaming news, but
I thought about another gaming thing we can talk about that's caused a little bit of uproar. Do you want to? Should I just
Let me read you my McDonald's story.
Yeah, you
first.
do your McDonald's thing.
It says a McDonald's PR stunt to bring back a rare dipping sauce left thousands of fans disappointed, and police called to some US restaurants. The Cajun sauce, which was only made in 1998 to promote the film Mulan, has become well known after featuring in popular cartoon Rick and Morty. In July, the chain sent a large bottle of the sauce to the show's creators. They then announced it would come back for one day on October 7th, but fans were left disappointed after stores ran out. In one video, police can be seen holding back people chanting, "We want sauce."
This is insane.
Officers also attended our stores because hundreds of people turned up. And it says, the sauce became a meme among fans of the adult animated science fiction series after it was featured in the third series. McDonald's announced the Cajun sauce return last week, describing it as really limited release to special locations in the US. But fans online said some restaurants claimed they were only given 20 pots of the sauce per venue, while others received none. So fans took to social media to vent their frustration after being unable to get their hands on the out of production dip. One couple posted that they had driven for 4 hours to a restaurant but were left disappointed. Oh God. The global fast food chain apologised fans on social media but repeated the warning that the release was going to be super limited. Yeah, this couple, I read about them yesterday, they drove all the way from Canada into America just so that they can get some sauce with their chicken nuggets. Honestly.
Don't get me wrong, I like food, but that's dedication.
Surely you can buy Cajun sauce somewhere in Canada, like in a supermarket or something, instead of drive 4 hours for this tiny little pot at McDonald's. That just made me laugh. I do like to mix it up a bit. Life, it's the PlayStation culture show.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the thing I found that I thought was quite interesting?
Yeah.
So, a website called Rock Paper Shotgun basically uploaded an article on the 2nd of October saying, now that Ubisoft's opened the door, can we have our skip boss fight button? And they're talking about it would be nice to have video games that included a little button that you could press and you could skip the entire boss fight. And I just think that's so wrong. I hate that. That is part of the
point of the game.
I was about to say they're opening themselves for ridicule, but they already have, because I've noticed some things now. I've noticed, for instance, PewDiePie done a video. I saw someone tweet about it yesterday where he was just taking the mickey out of games journalists for not being able to play games or for
Yeah.
asking for skip boss buttons, which must be a story you've talked about that I've not heard about.
I think the thing is it's about Cuphead, I think is what kicked it off, is that people are really struggling with the bosses in Cuphead and they're like, oh, well, this is irritating. We can't play the game. Let's just have a button where you can skip bosses. But what would you do? Just skip every single boss and then be like, oh, I beat the game, but I did nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what if that was an option?
Game?
What if that was an option in Bloodborne? You play 0% of the game. The game is in the
Yeah.
boss fights. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just irks me.
The thing is, I mean, I'm not really one for difficult games. I'm not one for the challenge. I'm more one for the story and just the relaxation of gaming. So I can see the point. But then I wouldn't play a difficult game. I wouldn't play Cuphead because I've heard it's difficult, so I wouldn't bother with it. Bloodborne, I tried it and I was like, nah, this isn't for me. I just get really frustrated.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and I don't play games to get frustrated. I play them to relax. So if it's a too difficult a game, I'm not interested. That's just not really the type of game I want to play.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but this skip boss battle thing just seems so silly. Like, it just seems ridiculous. Like that's part of the game. Do you know what I mean? You know, if you play a game that has boss fights, and even bits in The Last of Us where you have to fight the bloater in the schoolroom. Would you be able to skip that? Do you know what I mean?
You don't want to be doing that. It's stupid. No, it's pathetic.
It is silly.
I mean, I just won't play a game if it's too difficult. It suits me, but.
Yeah, but you wouldn't play a game that was too difficult, skip all the bosses, and then be like, "Oh, I beat the game." You wouldn't do it, would you?
No.
That's what I mean. I understand, like, people get stressed at boss fights. Like, I get that. Like, I've had my fair share of stressful boss fights, but you also negate the accomplishment and how good you feel after you do it. And to me, that is part of a joy in a game, isn't it?
I mean, just doing my job, I had to complete so many games, even the difficult ones I had to complete, where I was just about 30-40 goes beating this boss, and I'm just pulling my hair out and getting really angry, and so I would just stop playing and I'd get back to it the next day and I'd beat him first time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think that's just kind of what it's like with games, really. Sometimes you just need to put it down, walk away, come back the next day, and you'll beat it straight away.
Yeah.
No matter how difficult the game is. So it's a bit like, I don't know, that's a bit sad doing that.
It just seems like copying out, doesn't it?
It is,
yeah. What's the point in buying the game?
We'll skip it. That's stupid. I wouldn't think a website like that would say that either, unless they were joking. Because they're quite a sort of hardcore PC gamer website, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a joke article or something.
It seems like quite serious. I mean, they talk through it the whole way, how they're like, you know, people, we've been wanting a skip boss button for a long time. You know, here we go. I've been long arguing that gaming can be a far better place if the industry would only introduce the skip boss fight button.
Who wrote that?
That is John Walker on Rock Paper Shotgun.
I don't know him.
No. It just seems like such an unpopular opinion. You know, everything I've heard people talking about it. Even if you get so mad and so frustrated at a boss fight, there is nothing like beating a boss you've been stuck on. Wouldn't you just feel so like, skipped it. I didn't really fight it.
I'd feel a failure if I did that. I'd be like, it would like sit on my conscience. Like I'd hate it.
If I knew the writer, I could tell you if he was joking or not, but I don't know. No heard of that guy. He's quite an older gamer, 39. Surprising. I wouldn't think somebody a bit older would be. Really, maybe it's the older. Maybe his reflexes are going.
Maybe he needs just a little bit of help.
It takes me back though. Like a question like that takes me back to like older platformers like Crash and stuff like that. And it's just like I just imagine just being able to skip that, like skip bosses. It'd just be so disappointing.
You're skipping like story and content. Like they're in the game for a reason. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's just that question's really rough.
It's stupid. It's stupid. I mean, it's not even almost worth giving attention to because it's so stupid. I can understand that they just kind of give people at PewDiePie, they just give him ammunition which kind of then takes the heat off him when he's obviously
something
caught
bad.
up in
Doing his
racist
controversial
comments and
crap.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I think it's wrong, really,
Yeah.
when people at him is doing things that he shouldn't be doing, like saying words that is completely out of order, and it takes the heat off him, doesn't it? Because now he
Yeah.
can go, oh, make a video about how journalists are rubbish at games, and it's like, well, that's just stupid, isn't it?
Mhm.
So okay, yeah, I don't know. And also it also gives ammunition to the people who hate games journalists as well,
Mm.
and say, oh well, they're all rubbish at games. Gotta admit it, admit I'm rubbish at games, but at least I always complete them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull my hair out to complete them, and it's like, oh god, that's so difficult. Oh hell. And you still somehow get through it, even the games you absolutely hate. I'd skip crap games button would be better.
Yeah.
You've played it about an hour and it's absolutely terrible, and it's like, skip to the end, yes please. Push that button every time. You know what I mean? Because there's some pretty truly awful games out there. That's what I'd
Yeah.
rather skip.
Mhm.
So yeah. Okay, right, we've got a couple of user questions. Just two that I found, unless you saw any more. But I only saw a couple. Three I've got. What kind of game merchandise do you guys own, if any?
Oh,
Do you
good
ever
question.
buy anything? Do you ever buy the insert coin stuff?
Yep, all the time. My wardrobe is full of it.
I'm more books and guides and
Yeah.
I have a printed photo, like a photogenic, someone's done like an art picture of Bloodborne, and I have that on my wall. And then I have the Bloodborne main game official guide, the DLC official guide, the artwork book. I have a Bloodborne t-shirt. I have the plushie that you sent me, Nicole.
Yeah.
But I don't really have t-shirts in terms of merchandise. I'm definitely more of a guides and art books. I love the art of.
Yeah.
But I have so many of them.
I've got I'm trying to think, if I make a small list, I collect plushies, like figures and like statues kind of thing that come with like special editions and stuff. Obviously loads of game guides, like even for games that I've just played once, like I will buy guides and that. Like I've got the Star Wars Battlefront guide just because I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, pop figures are really good for
Yeah, they're cool.
yeah, because I love my Bioshock ones, but I'm trying to think anything else.
You have a lot, basically.
Yeah, loads. Anything I can get my hands on, really. Makes me feel happy.
I've got absolutely tons.
Yeah.
Again, it's all not stuff. A lot of it's not stuff I've bought and I've been sent. Is sort of through promo copies. Generally, they'll send you some stuff to go with it. So I've got a little Hitman figurine comics based on games. I've got Dark Souls comic, for instance, that's been
That's
sent
cool.
just based on games. Got loads of lanyards and stuff.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
I've
I've
got
got a few of
that.
them.
Sort of special edition press promo copies where they put it in a special box and stuff.
That's cool.
Stuff, all that sort of thing. Even got Lego figures based on the game and stuff that they send you, and there's all sorts of junk. Anyway.
There is something so satisfying about collecting stuff, isn't it? For your favorite games.
I think, Matt,
favorite mediums.
I did buy a few insert coin t-shirts once.
I've got so many.
I bought a few of them, which I've got this. I'm wearing it right now. Actually, it's a red sort of PlayStation t-shirt, which has kind of got Japanese writing on it that I got from a PlayStation merchandise store, which I really like, and it's a really nice fit as well. It's good. The stuff they do in that PlayStation merchandise store is really nice. It's really good quality. It's a bit more expensive, really, compared to some stuff, but it's actually quite nice, and there's a lot.
It's worthwhile when it's like durable and fits nice, and it's not horrible material. It's worth the extra money.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice stuff on there. It's worth a look, I'd say. Yeah, but Yeah, it's it. Really just stuff. The thing I like to quite really steal books if they're for games I like. Really, I'm not really that bothered about the plushies or figures or anything, but I just got a few through work, that's all. But yeah, otherwise it's mostly all just stuff. Yeah, there's some quite good stuff. I like the little placard that PlayStation sent me that says this is for the players, PS4,
That's cool.
and it says my name on it. That's quite cool. And I've got the poster that they done that tells you your PlayStation Plus stats, and they put it in a frame for you. And they printed off your PlayStation ID and tell you all the friends you've got and how many hours you've played online and stuff like that.
Oh my god, mine would be awful. Mine would be so bad.
Mine was dreadful. I think I put like 1,000, about 1,300 hours into Modern Warfare 3, apparently.
Yeah, it tells you how many downloads you've had over, I don't know. It says the total of 198 monthly game downloads or something.
Ooh.
I think that's to do with the PlayStation Plus, how many of them you've actually downloaded.
Yeah, probably.
But I think I've downloaded them all, to be honest. Right, question 2. Can you all agree on the best PlayStation game ever across all consoles? Didn't we say Last of Us last week?
That's what we did last week, yeah.
I think it was a similar question last week. I think Last of Us is probably one we all agree on, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's an experience I can't compare to any other game I've played. Like,
Yeah.
It's just so memorable and unique, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go for that then. Any thoughts on Andrew House leaving PlayStation? Will it change anything? Andrew House has obviously left PlayStation. That's one I left out my news actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, any thoughts? I quite like Andrew House. He's quite a nice bloke. He's obviously in charge of PlayStation, but not anymore. And his vice presidents took over now. So I've no idea what he's like. I'm not sure. But the guy who's took over's been there as long as Andrew House, since 1992 or something, since the very beginning.
Well, that's reassuring then, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think much will change. The guy who's taken over's actually got quite a large focus on networking and stuff, because that was kind of his role. So if something does change, it might just be surrounding the PlayStation network and stuff like that, making it stronger, having maybe more of a focus going forward on things like PlayStation Now and all that. But we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Was there one more question? No, that was it. Okay. How long we've been recording for? 49 minutes. Jeez, time flies, eh?
It does, yeah.
It does.
When you're biting your nails watching football. And podcasting at the same time. You're lucky I'm not playing FIFA at the same time as well, because I really need to get those squad challenge points before it renews tomorrow, so I can get up the ranks. I thought, I could squeeze a game of FIFA in while we're podcasting, but I never. Yeah, so I'll talk about what I've been playing and then you guys maybe mention. I've been playing FIFA, so you know about that. I've talked about that before. I've been playing also Batman Enemy Within Episode 2. That's really good, actually. They seem to have upped their game for Batman Enemy Within 2. It's much better than the other Batman Telltale series, although I did post a tweet during the week showing one of the bugs in it, where basically Harley Quinn and Joker are standing still in this elevator. In fact, all three of them stand still, but they're still talking. But they're it's like watching a still screen.
Oh,
and they're
the same
still
thing happened
talking.
to me. I've had that. Is this a Telltale game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it in the New Frontier.
I think I tweeted, Telltale games are great, but why can't they make a game that isn't bugged to crap or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, mine does the thing where like the like a kind of like a stream of graphic kind of comes out behind the person when you walk in, and it's like in the cutscenes and that. Like, I should have screenshot it because it's really, really like frustrating. I had to restart the game so many times because it would just like, it would ruin like the illusion of the game. I'd be like, well, this obviously isn't real.
Yeah, so yeah, that's meant what else have I played? So I played that, played FIFA, I completed Enemy Within episode 2, but it's really good. They do have up their game in it. I like it. So I'm happy to complete that, especially because Guardian Galaxy episode 3 or 4, I think it's episode 3, that's coming out next week, so I've got to complete that. So I was happy to get the other one out of the way. Obviously, I've been playing Battle Chasers, which is just epic. Really good. It's not what probably Dan would pin down as my type of game, because it's a kind of, really, it's like a Japanese style RPG.
Oh, I see.
Because what you do is you go from one area to the next, and as you travel through each area, you come up against random boss fights, and then it's all turn-based.
Yeah.
But it's got elements I like in it, RPG-wise, and that you can craft and you can level up, and you can get new equipment and all that. So, but it's an excellent game, actually. I'd highly recommend it, and the art is just out of this world. It's so good. The art style is amazing, but it's really good. I'm really enjoying that. So yeah,
Glad you like it.
yes, I knew I would. I just had this feeling already. I'm not disappointed. So yeah, I'm playing that, and I'm also playing, I've downloaded Stardew Valley on the Switch. I played a bit of FIFA on the Switch as well, which is okay. And I've kind of not get round to Stardew Valley in the Switch yet, because I've been playing Golf Story, which is another really good game. It's kind of a bit like Stardew Valley in that you've got all these wee stories that you need to do, and but no, it's excellent. Who's typing? Is someone doing their homework in the background?
No, I'm editing. You know Rob, who's been doing reviews for us.
Yeah.
I'm editing his review because I don't have any other time to do it.
No, that's cool.
I've literally just finished it though.
That's okay. I'm not complaining. I was just wondering.
No, I'm doing a bit of editorial work for SquareXO.
There you go.
All relevant.
All hands on here. Yeah. So, no, Golf Story is really good actually. It's real fun. I like that a lot. It's just quite a cute story, and it looks exactly like Stardew Valley in terms of the graphics and stuff. But yeah, it's really good.
That automatically entices me because I just love Stardew Valley. It's such a good game.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So yeah, that's about it. Really, I've played quite a lot of games, and I've kind of not finished yet. I still got a lot of Stardew Valley to start. Really, if I want to start it again on the Switch. I bought it on the Switch because I kind of wanted to support it, but I'm kind of grudging starting it because I'm thinking to myself, well, I've already done so much on the PlayStation version.
Yeah, it's really daunting when you start, isn't it?
So it's like, do I really want to start again, or do I just want to keep playing on the PlayStation? It makes you wish you could transfer save files from one to the other sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a shame you can't, really. Oh well.
For sure.
Such is life. So what you've been playing, Nicole?
Well, I haven't touched my PlayStation in like a week because I've been like really busy. So I've been kind of tuning into games I can just dip in and out of. So I've been playing just Ark on my Xbox mainly. And it's just, I'm really getting into it. Like, I've worked out, because it's a game that you kind of have to sit there and like look at a wiki and that when you're doing it, because you have to get like certain kibble and that to tame certain dinosaurs, and you kind of have to work your way up the food chain because you need better dinosaurs to kind of go further in, like because we're doing it on a map where it's like an island, and to get further into the island and get better resources, better stuff, better dinosaurs, you have to kind of have better mounts to take in there, and it's just a really good game. Like, I could put hours into it and they just fly by, and I'm just like, I don't even care. I'm so happy. Like, really, really good game. But other than that, I downloaded. Obviously, they released. I think it was in. Well, what month are we on? Are we on October?
October.
Yeah.
Obviously, they released Pokemon Gold and Silver on DS, and I spent $8.99 on playing that, and I've been playing that as well. and it's really good because that is like one of my favorite games. Like it really kind of got me into more handheld gaming and Pokemon ultimately, which has turned into just one big obsession. So it's just really, really. I go back and I'm getting like butterflies and that because it's so nostalgic and I love it. It's great, honestly. Definitely, I prefer playing it on like a more modern console as well because I love having an excuse to start again, and digging out my Game Boy is like a mission. So it's really, really good.
These will be turning into a Nintendo podcast. That's right.
Don't worry, I won't start talking about Mario, Joe.
Funny enough, that is what I've been playing. So I finished Hob last night. That was a really interesting experience actually because it was very unlike all these other indie games I've been playing throughout the year. So it was very long. We're looking at about a 10-hour long game. Very, it left a really weird impression on me. It really stuck with me, and the art style is incredible. The story's really good. The puzzles are so clever. Game's really diverse. I say my review of it will be out on Tuesday, and I'll go into more detail then. But honestly, wow, what a great game. And I didn't really know anything about it until its release. I didn't hear any build-up or it's coming out. I just was like, oh, this looks cool. This looks like my type of thing. Yeah, I'll have a go at this. And wow, honestly, extremely good game. But last night, it was my boyfriend's birthday this week, and all his friends came over, so we had to go at Mario Kart at like midnight last night. So not a PlayStation game, but that is what I played for a good 2 or 3 hours last night. That was good fun.
What was
good
that
fun.
on the Wii U?
On the Wii, no, just on the Wii. We don't have a Wii U. Although
that takes me back. Gosh.
Yeah, just on the Wii.
Nah, you don't really need to sound sad about not having a Wii U.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. It's not really like a shameful thing, is it?
Feel sad about not having a Switch, I'd say.
Yeah, I am a bit. It would have been good to play it on the Switch, but alas.
It's a pretty great console, the Switch. I mean, I'm not really one to praise Nintendo at all, but yeah.
Really, Joe?
Yeah, but no,
The
Switch is excellent. Really good. And I'm really enjoying playing it. Although, what annoys me, I guess I'm allowed a little rant. I've been quite good today. I'd noticed someone on Twitter going on, they say Switch has no games, but all the games he was referring to was all these indie games, which have obviously been out on PlayStation and Xbox for about a year or two. So when they go, Stardew Valley's out and they say Switch has no games, it's like, well, wait a minute. Do you know what I mean? Can you really count games that have been out for years?
Yeah.
Don't know. No, I mean, and then the indie games really count.
Yeah.
I mean, when in the main scheme of things, are really people buying a Switch for indie games, or are they buying it because they want
Mario and Zelda.
big portable releases? It's a bit like Vita. Vita failed because it never had big releases. So
no, it just had understated Japanese games.
Yeah,
90% of it.
A Switch goes down the same route. Will it really be a success? Sure, it started off well, but there's been fairly decent games to begin with. But it still needs support. So I don't think people should be getting too excited about the fact that it's great for indie games. Because, I mean, really, it needs more than that if it's going to be a very successful console. Because you don't pay £250 just to play indie games. You don't. That's a fact. You pay that much because you want big releases as well. You want your FIFAs and your Grand Theft Autos, even Red Dead Redemption, whatever they'll throw at you. Need for Speed, Battlefront, whatever. I mean, everybody wants to play those games, and they go, that'd be amazing.
If they kind of started off with like Zelda and then just went down the route of putting in like just indie games, very simplistic kind of games like that, I think it'd just go downhill very, very quick.
Yeah, I mean, I think Switch is doing okay though. I mean, Nintendo seems to have done okay with the big releases. Like, obviously Mario's coming out. We've got a Mario Kart. I mean, ARMS is not particularly for me. Splatoon 2 is kind of okay-ish. But I mean, obviously with Zelda, which is fantastic. But, I mean, they just need to keep them coming. And they are, to be fair. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I don't know what that's all about, but maybe it'll be good. I don't know. And there was another one, Fire Fire Emblem.
Fire
Fire
Emblem.
Emblem.
Yeah, so I mean, there's still quite a few to come this year as well. So
Well, we trust that they've learned from their mistakes with the Wii U, because that did ultimately end up to seeing one big mistake.
yeah, but
so.
then I didn't doubt Nintendo would release games for it. It's the others. That's what I'm concerned about. I mean, I'm never concerned that Nintendo won't release good games, because obviously they will. But and the fact that they've got all these indies coming out in between these big releases is fantastic. So what you kind of need now is the third party support. I mean, Bethesda are doing quite well because they're bringing out Wolfenstein 2 and Doom
Yeah.
and Skyrim, obviously. So I mean, it's good seeing the support from them. But where's a new Assassin's Creed? Where's what should Ubisoft doing apart from releasing Rabbids and Mario? Sure, do that, but why not bring out Assassin's Creed on it? Why not?
Yeah, I
bring
think
out,
it played quite well.
why EA just bringing out some basically, to be blunt, crappy version of FIFA? I mean, why not bring out Need for Speed? Why not bring out a version of Battlefront, even if it's just the single player campaign or whatever? Why not? Why is Activision not releasing a Call of Duty? Where's Red Dead Redemption 2? I mean, I know these are all on our consoles, but I mean, people would love to play them and they go,
Oh gosh,
Switch
they
would
would.
sell like hotcakes if those sort of games were coming to it. I mean, I know it's selling well now, but it'd sell even 10 times more.
Yeah.
But they need that support, but then they won't get that support unless they prove that the console sells. So it needs to keep selling and sell more, and then they'll get that support. So it's all sort of swings and roundabouts, really.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We're going to need to wrap up, and because it's 7:30. I've got children to put to bed. But yeah, I can't believe we've been recording for over an hour already. Jeez.
It doesn't feel
Get
like
carried
it at
away.
all.
Sometimes we say to ourselves at the beginning, "No, we're just not going to have much to talk about this. We could probably keep going for another hour easy, couldn't we?" It's
Oh yeah.
Yeah, snowballing.
crazy. But yeah, sorry, I was distracted with the football, but I'm afraid that's just the way it is. Football's part of my life, so I can't ignore it, even though I'm gutted now. Also, yeah. Sorry, Dan wasn't here as well. He's got his parents to deal with. They're at his house, so that's why he wasn't here, because he was dealing with them. So yeah, but we'll be back next week. We're getting closer and closer to Sony's conference, so that excites me. That'll give me the little sort of injection of enthusiasm I need. New releases and gaming news. That always gives me a little boost. Otherwise, I've been just chilling out and playing games, which is actually quite nice, I think. Just to see, what have you been doing this week? I've not really been paying attention to Twitter and gaming news. I've just been chilling out and playing games. What a nice thing to be able to say. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Okay then, thanks for joining us everyone, and we'll be back for episode 39 next week. So now, bye.
Bye.
Bye.